Hi everyone, my name is Angela from Angela Stitches and welcome back to my channel. And today I have 4 finished ornaments to show you and I'm really happy with how this turned out. I ended up adding a lot of the pearl push pins and I think it looks pretty. It is a little busy looking, but I kind of like that. And I was trying to keep it simple at some point, but I ended up doing what I like to do and make it as decorative as it could be. And for the ribbon on the edge, I just used double-sided tape at certain areas instead of using glue, but I did use super glue to hold the pins in. And I added different sizes of bows in different lengths. And this one I did the double bow where I added one bigger one and one smaller one overlapping the larger one. And I did this on this one because this was the largest. I think it's bigger than this one, I think. Yeah. So yeah, super happy with it. So I'm going to start my blue group at some point this week. But before I get to that, I wanna, well, I worked on my snow angel. So I just continued with the light blue and the Krennic blend. And that's all I did. I think tonight I'll finish this bottom area of her dress with the same color and move up here and start on the DMCs. So this is going really well and I'm hoping to finish all of the cross stitches by this week. So I'm going to start my next group with this blue fabric and I'm just going to do the same thing, so I won't show the whole process of it in my videos again because it's basically the same thing. But I'll be working on this with this fabric and this ribbon. And then I got my order from 123 Stitch and I was able to get this because one of my subscribers sent me a 123 Stitch gift card. So thank you again, Gabriella, for your gift. I'm gonna show you what I got. So I got one of the Krennics that I need for another Brooks Books Angel project. I can't remember which angel this is for exactly right now, but I'm gonna have to make a note of this, but I got this. And then since I'm slowly collecting the Mill Hill Santas, and because I don't have any of the traditional looking Santas yet, I decided to get this one. I think this was released in 2012, and the other two are French and Spanish. I really like those two, but this time I wanted to get the Santa in the red suit and everything, and plus there's a little kitty here. So super excited to start this, and I might start this month with my other Santas. And I also wanted to get one of the Prairie Schooler Santas. I actually wanted to get the one that had raccoons in it, and I think those were the reprints, but I just decided on this year's release, so I got 2020 Santa. And the rabbits has red noses. I thought that was really cute. And then the last thing I got is another Stacy Nash, the Animal Cracker series, and his name is Harrison, and I think his sweater is super cute. And this comes with the finishing directions. I think this also has the directions to make the bag and the carrots, maybe? I'm not sure. But yeah, so those are the things that I got, and I just wanted to say thank you again to Gabriella for the gift card, and I will be thinking of you when I work on these projects. I'm almost done with the ornaments. Well, actually not really. I still need to sew the two sides together on all 4 of them, and yeah, for the house, I took out the stitches here in the corners and made it round. And I really like that. I think I made a good choice on that. And then the back looks like this, same with this one. So now I'm going to sew the sides together and make some bows. And yeah, that's it. So I'm going to work on this again tonight. I don't know if I'll have time to finish all 4 of them, but maybe I'll try finishing at least the sewing part of it. But doing this in blue, it feels like I'm working on a totally different project. So even though I'm doing the same thing over and over, it doesn't feel like that. So I'm gonna come back to this later tonight. And then for Snow Angel, I just finished the light blue Krennic for her dress. There was a lot, so it took a little bit of time, but I just did this area. So tonight I think I'll move up and work on the DMCs, and after I finish all of the cross stitches on this one, I'll start FFOing my angels into ornaments, my Mrs. Claus, Mistletoe, and Snow Angel. So I'm hoping by that time I'll have the Bryce Tree ornaments finished. So if I finish this by tomorrow, I'll start the next group with the yellow fabric and ribbon, and that'll take a couple more days, and then I'll start FFOing the 3 angels. And then I want to start my Mill Hill Santas, and I still want to start my winter sampler, so yeah, I have more things that I want to do in December, so just trying to fit everything in. And I'm just having so much fun working on these right now. But let me know if you want me to include how I finish my angel projects. I already made a couple of videos before where I show you how I did my finishings on those perforated paper projects. But if you want to see how I finished Mrs. Claus and Snow Angel and what's the other? Mistletoe, or if you have any specific questions on how to finish perforated paper projects, leave them in the comment section and I'll answer them as I'm working on them. So I thought I wasn't gonna be able to finish these last night, but I think I got a lot faster at finishing, and also because I already done 4 of them. So I ended up finishing the 4 that I was working on, and then here are the ones that I finished the other week, or the other day with the pink ribbon. And I think it's super pretty looking at them at the same time. So I think this is my favorite just because I added 2 ribbons, just like the Santa, and this is the back, and I don't usually add anything on the back, so it's just fabric. But now that I'm looking at it like this, I should have done a double bow on the angel too. I think that would have been really cute, but this doesn't look that bad either, so yeah, super happy with how they look. And I think I gotten a lot better at making bows because now I can actually make them look a certain way. So like this one and this looks a little different, the way it's laying on the ornament. Like before I only did bows looking like this one with the legs covering most of the stitching on the top, but now I can like form them to not cover the stitching. So I like how I did this better than the Santa piece. It's still really cute, but I think I like the blue ribbons a lot better than the pink ones. So now these are finished, so I have 4 left to finish, and I was gonna use yellow fabric and ribbon, but let me just move this out of the way first. So these are the 4 projects that I have left to finish, and I was going to use this fabric with this ribbon, but that was because I thought I wasn't going to have enough fabric. I thought I was going to use up all of the pink and the blue fabric, but I ended up with some left, and I think I could fit in 2 pieces each. I think I'll finish the heart with the pink fabric and the bird with the blue fabric, and I think that makes a lot more sense than yellow. So these 2 will be finished with blue and the pine cone and the heart with this. So yeah, this really doesn't go well with the color scheme. This was more like a backup because I thought I wasn't going to have enough to even do 4 projects on them, and I still have ribbons too, so I'm going to work on them probably tomorrow because today I'm just going to work on my snow angel. So yesterday I stitched her shoulders, and I thought that was all just DMC, but those are actually all Kreinik too, and also her belt. And then I also stitched a little bit down here, so the swirl here is the only DMC so far. But yeah, so I'm going to work on this again tonight, and I really wish you could see all the sparkles, but yeah, it's not really showing up on my screen here. But yeah, so that's all the update, but I just wanted to talk about beads and fabrics. So like what size of beads I use on what fabrics, because there's different count fabrics that I use. But I'm just going to talk about beading on perforated paper first. So this kit came with 2 different sizes of beads, and if I understood it correctly, the petite beads are size 15s, and then the regular beads are size 11, and this project uses both. So these reds are size 11 beads, and then these green beads here are petite size 15s. And then also these dark browns ones are also size 15. And these look smaller than the size 11s, but I don't think it looks bad on perforated paper. And I think stitching smaller beads on a 32 count or 40 count doesn't look bad at all. But I think it can be a little difficult to stitch bigger beads on higher counts. So I have my fairy idol here, and this also uses 2 different sizes, so size 11s and size 15s. And this fabric is a 32 count, but this is a Picture This Plus. So because it's hand dyed and these crystals weren't in the design, I just added that there. Yeah, so because this is a hand dyed fabric, it's a little bit higher than a 32 count, more like 34-ish, because I noticed that when I was adding the beads, The size 11s were really cramped, so I ended up taking out a few just because I couldn't fit everything in, especially like her shoulder area here. But on this fabric, the petite size, the size 15s were actually perfect. So these smaller white ones, I'll just zoom in so that you can see it better. So these white beads are size 15, and these were really easy to stitch just because it just fit right in. I had enough room to put my needle through in between the beads, so that was really fun to work on. But the size 11s on this fabric wasn't really fun to work on, especially if it was side by side together or in groups, which there was a lot of those in this chart. Like down here, let me just try to move this up a little bit. Like on her shoulder, this area, it looks pretty, but that was really difficult to stitch just because I couldn't get my needle through the fabric in between the stitches. And also the beads wouldn't lay in the direction that I wanted them to because it didn't have enough room to sit in the same direction. And then it just started to look a little messy, so that's why I decided to take a few out. So this was an example of a hand-dyed fabric, so let me show you that's not. So this is a 32 count fabric, and this calls for size 11s, and on this fabric, size 11s were perfect. I didn't have any trouble with it, even in clusters. So I think for size 11s, I don't think I'll stitch with them in anything higher than 32 count. I don't know if you see here, there's some white beads and silver beads, and they're all facing the same directions. And it doesn't look like it's cramped, it looks relaxed. And this is how it's supposed to look. And for size 15s, I think it doesn't look bad on 32 counts or anything higher. But I like to stitch with them on 40 counts, so like my bride's shoe ornaments. In the chart, it calls for a 32 count fabric and size 11s, but I wanted to stitch them to be smaller, so I stitched them on 40 count and got the size 15s instead of 11s, and I really like how it looks. And also, I really enjoyed stitching them on 40 count, and even in clusters, I didn't have any problems stitching them, like they fit into the size of that stitch. So yeah, so I hope that answered your question about beads and fabrics. And yeah, let me know if you have any other questions and I'll talk about them in my next video. I'm gonna do a flip through of these books. So these are from Margarita, this one and then this Blackbird Designs. And this one is in French, and I think it says 12 something to embroider, I'm not sure. But this is book 3 or volume 3. And this I got myself a couple of years ago when I was in Kansas. So I think I'll start with this one, and I'm really excited about this one just because it's in French. It's one of the languages that I really want to learn. So I already looked through this book, and I really love how detailed the directions are. It gives you the direction to every single thing in this book with exact measurements and everything, so I really like that. So this is the contents page with the author. And I'm gonna have to edit this video a lot so that I'm not showing any of the charts. So it might be a little choppy. So this is the first project, and I don't read French, so I can't tell you what this is, but it's very pretty. And this looks like a little coin purse. It's very detailed, lots of red work, and I think you can find similar hardware to finish this, I think. Yeah, very cute. And this is what the back looks like. I think I like the back better, or this could be the front, I don't know. But I really like the patchwork detail. And when I saw this, I would totally make this if I had a sewing room. Wouldn't that be so amazing to have your own sewing room? But I really like everything about this because it's functional. And this is one of the baskets close up. And a sewing basket, so it tells you how to make this basket. And I really think I could make this. Looks pretty simple if I just follow the directions. And a little pin cushion, and it also has its own cover or pocket to live in, and I wonder if it gives you the alphabets to change that M in the middle. Also, it does come with the alphabet chart, so you can customize it if you want to use your own initials. And I think this was my favorite thing in this book because you can keep your threads in. So if I start anything in this book, it'll be this one. I think it also tells you how to make these rings, so that's really cool because you can always use that technique in other projects. It has pockets in the back, so I really like this project. I think I'll start this next year. Let me know if you want to see me work on this, because I'll try to include everything that I do with this project in a video maybe. And this is another project that'll be perfect for a sewing room. You can pin pictures here or a list of things like that. in my mind I already have a sewing room to put this in. So this is a cover for your measuring tape. It's really cute, but I don't use one of these, so maybe I could turn this into a pin cushion. This was on the cover, and what I like about these projects is that you can just take elements and turn it into something else. Like, I don't think I'll make this bag, but I can just take this design and turn this into something else. This too, another bag design. I really like this one because everything in it, it's sewing related. And these, I think it's those things to make lace. I don't know what they're called, but I saw videos where they use like 20 of these to make lace. It's pretty amazing how handmade laces are made. So I think this is the last one. And I really like this one too because it has pockets. So maybe I'll be able to learn how to make pockets the right way. But this looks like it's stitched solid, like the white background. So I'm not gonna do that if I do this, but yeah, this is also one of my favorites. So yeah, I think there's a couple that I see myself working on, so I might do a couple. So this is called The Gift is Small by Blackbird Designs, and I know I'll be stitching some of these for sure, like this one. And I like how they take old samplers and do reproduction designs to smaller projects and make objects with it. And it seems like they always gives you a little background history of the sampler that they're using, so that's really cool. So this is the original, and this is the reproduction. So it seems like they take a couple of items for their projects, and they keep the same color scheme, and I already see some of the motifs that they took to make their projects. So that's super cool. Like this bird, you can see that bird here, but the mirror image, and then this flower, and this one too. So yeah, I think that's really cool. And yeah, even the borders, I really like how they incorporated every detail in this sampler. So this pin keep comes from this thing here, like this basket flower thing. And I really like the color combination. Also with this oval box, I think it looks amazing. This pin cushion is my favorite thing in this book. I just love everything about this. So this for sure I'll be starting next year. I think this is my least favorite, but what I like about this is the box itself. I think it looks so pretty. So to be honest, I'm more interested in the box than the stitching, but still super pretty. So yeah, that was the last one, and it has 4 projects in it, and I think I'll for sure do the pin cushion and maybe the small sampler. But yeah, I really like the idea of taking something old and turning that into something new. So this one does the same thing but with a different old sampler. So this is called Shall I Compare Thee to a Summer's Day, and this is the original sampler. And up here, this is their interpretation of that. So I had to take a break because whenever I talk a lot, my voice starts to get a little dry, but yeah, let's start the flip through of this. So this is the original sampler, and it's an Adam and Eve sampler, I think. Oh, it says it right here. So yeah, and I already have plans to start this next year, or some of it, so I've already made some working copies of it. And also, I think I'll add this clip at the very end of the stitching vlog, so if you're not interested in it, you don't have to stay till the end. But anyways, so here is the contents page with the original sampler. And I really like the colors in here as well. But it seems like there's only 4 or 5 colors in here, but it looks very intricate. So this is the first project, and it's called Eve's Sewing Box with a pin cushion. I wonder if I could make this box with the cardboard. I think it's pretty doable, I don't know. But I want to make a box like this and make these compartments and also this thing for my needles. So here's just the pin cushion, and it's really cute. It has a very primitive look to it with the stitching on the sides. I really like that. And here's another one with a different design. Yeah, I think I might try making one of these. I think it looks really cute. And I think it'll look really cute on my desk if I have a couple of these and put my needles in it. I think that's going to be a project soon. And there's another sewing kit, or a sewing box, and it says here that she made this out of mat board. So I think I could make this whole box out of thick mat board or cardboard and glue paper or even fabric just like this. So this is the sampler, and I think the colors are more muted and darker than the original, but I really like this too. This is another one that I really want to stitch. I think I really like the house in this chart more than Adam and Eve, and the animals. Animals are cute too, but I think I really like the house. So if I stitch this, and I think it calls for general arts, but if I do this, I'm going to convert it into Coloring Cottons. So this is the one that made me buy this book, and I'm going to start this next year. I don't know if these are roses, but it looks like that to me, and I really like roses, so whenever I see them, I want to stitch them. And I really like these plants on the bottom and on the sides, kind of functioning like a border almost. So yeah, that's everything in it. And yeah, I think the colors in this, in the original, is more brighter. I don't know which one I like better, but mine's going to be completely different anyways because I'm going to stitch with Coloring Cottons. But yeah, I'm going to keep it in a similar color scheme though. So yeah, that was the flip through. I hope it was fun for you to watch. I really want to get more of these books. It's one of those things that I want to collect. So when Margarita sent me this, I was really excited. It made me so happy. So yeah, thank you again for sending me these. And because this clip will be at the end, or I'm planning on to, so I'm going to do the outro here. I don't know how much progress I'll have by like end of this video, but I hope you enjoyed them. Yeah, so thank you so much for watching and commenting on my videos, and I'll see you in my next one. Bye.